Well, well, here you are, and Sam ain't here to protect you. Dusty said, I don't need Sam to protect me anymore. I ain't afraid of you anymore. Oh, you ain't. A man was standing to one side, a man Dusty knew only as White-Eye. He wore a black sombrero, and greasy hair fell to his shoulders. An old knife scar began at one cheekbone and traveled up and across his eye to his brow. The eye was a milky white. He said, I'd be scared of him if I was you, boy. It'll make you scream like a little girl. Dusty snapped his right hand upward, and his gun was in his hand and aimed directly at Kiowa's face. Dusty had cocked the gun while it was in motion. Go ahead, Kiowa, Dusty said. Make me scream like a little girl. Kiowa said, You fast enough to pull that trigger before I can grab that gun out of your hand? Dusty grinned. Try me. You're playing with fire, boy, White-Eye said. You're betting your life that you're fast enough. No, Dusty said. He's betting his life. Kiowa glared at him. You think you got what it takes to gun a man down in cold blood? Not a man, maybe. But a dog? Yes. White-Eye stepped back. Kiowa stood his ground, but only for a moment. He apparently didn't think the odds looked good, and he backed up one step, then another. You and me, boy, we'll have our day. Then we'll see what you're made of. He turned and walked away, and White-Eye went with him. Dusty lowered his gun, but he didn't holster it, and he didn't release the hammer. He stood and watched them both until they were gone. Sam had taught him well. Then he released the hammer and slid the gun back into its holster. He continued on his way. He had been heading back to the cabin from the outhouse to grab another cup of coffee when he encountered Kiowa. He rounded the corner and saw Sam standing by the front door, leaning his shoulder against the door jamb. He said, I heard what happened. Dusty shrugged his shoulders. I'm not afraid of Kiowa anymore. Sam nodded his head thoughtfully. It's good not to be afraid, but don't let yourself fail to be cautious. Sam was a man of education, and it showed in the way he spoke. He continued, Kiowa Haynes is the cruelest man I have ever met. He has no sense of human decency whatsoever. Why do you keep him around? Because he's a good scout. He's as good at that as he is at being cruel. I can scout. I can do that job as well as he does. Sam gave him a long look. That brings to mind something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Come on in.